Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our weekly international prop chat on every Wednesday, 3 p.m. at FB Live or YouTube at IQI International Sales. I'm Mandy Chen, head of IQI International Sales, also your host of the day. On behalf of IQI Global, the Asia's biggest real estate and investment agency, also a member of GY IQI, I would like to thank everyone for supporting our program. Our webinar usually features some of the best projects in the various hotspots around the globe. And if you like our program, which you think that is benefiting you, do invite and share it with your friends and family. Should you have any comments and questions, feel free to leave it at the comment box and we will revert to you shortly. Today, we have an exciting topic and we are going to share with you the exclusive UK house showcase by Barclay Group, the renowned developer who built houses and neighborhoods across London, Birmingham, and south of England. And their passions and purpose is to build quality homes, strengthen communities, and make a lasting positive difference to people's life. Well, and we are very honored to invite Miss Jane Wang, her Business Development Manager of Southeast Asia from Barclay Group Singapore, to share with us where you may discover the opportunity to own a house in United Kingdom. Without further delay, let us welcome Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hi Mandy. Hello
How,
everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you.
yep. How are you? How's things over there?
I'm good. Yeah, how are you, Mandy?
Yeah, I'm good too. So I think our audience are very excited to hear about these particular projects that you're going to feature. So without further delay, the floor is on yours. All right.
All right, thank you very much, Mandy. Hello, everyone. My name is Jane. So I am actually from the Barclays Singapore office, and today I will be bringing to all of you one of Barclays' houses in the Kent County. And before I go into the development, which is called Forhurst Green, let me just give you a very brief overview of the Barclays Group and who we are and what is it that we do. Next, please. So, as what Mandy mentioned, we are all about building communities. So, the Barclay Group has been in the business since the 1970s. We're about 45 years into the business. So currently, Barclay is a FTSE 100 company. So we're public listed in the UK Stock Exchange. So what we do in a nutshell is that we are all about placemaking. So not just building residential homes, but we like to create communities for the people. So like blending in the homes with public spaces, with like public amenities such as schools, such as nurseries, as well as the landscaping together to create a community where people can live and work together. Yeah. Next, please. So, so in a nutshell, I've already essentially roughly covered what we do. So currently in the Barclay Group, right, we have got quite a number of developments in London itself. So of course, outside of London, in the Greater London areas, I'm going to show you later on some of the other sites that we have. Yeah. So next, please. Just some quick facts about us. We've actually won, best in class developer within the London and the Greater Southeast of England. Okay, and we've done a poll, and most of our clients are very happy with the products that we deliver to them. 98% of them will say that they would recommend clients to buy from us. And currently, right now, I believe that we are one of the few UK developers who has got lots of international presence. Okay, so we've got global offices around the world. Currently, we have 8 offices. We have 4 in China, and then after that, we've also got offices in the Dubai as well as Hong Kong, and also in Singapore as well as Bangkok. Yeah, so we are very dedicated in terms of our customer service. We want to make sure that the customer service that we provide to the clients are very high quality. So if you do eventually purchase a Barclay property, you can be rest assured that your customer journey all the way throughout till the completion of your property is going to be an excellent one. Next, please. Yeah. So some of the facts about us. So as of last year, we actually built and delivered about 10% of the total homes in London, and we are setting quite a high industry standard in the UK property development. Yeah. So in terms of financial strength, we are also very strong in our balance sheet. We are a company that do not gear our business in property development. So in a nutshell, we actually do not borrow money or finance from the banks to build our properties. In terms of, like our balance sheet, we have about £1 billion in our cash reserves. So, like for some of the first time like investors or like people who are buying a place to stay in the UK, they might want to buy, look at buying a property from a reputable developer, and they want to be assured that, the off-plan property that they buy will eventually complete. So I can say that in terms of us committing to deliver you the property, you can rest assured that we will definitely deliver the property to you. Yeah. So next, please. Yeah. So currently, right now, we have more than 70 live sites across England. Yeah, and I think at this very present moment for the last decade, our key focus is actually on buying over a large brownfield land and regenerating and rejuvenating the area to create more value for our investors as well as our homeowners. Yeah, and then also in terms of the homes that you have delivered over the last 5 years, we have delivered a total of 19,200 homes approximately, and contributing to about £14 billion to the UK GDP. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. Okay, so currently right now, this is just an overview of the land developments that we have in London. So you can see that across London, we pretty much have property developments all around in the north, south, east, and west of London. And the white sites that you can see on the London map is the future developments that's coming out right up. So if you add these two together, we currently have 30 oversights in London. Next, please. So next, I'm going to show you the Greater London sites. So this is beyond our London developments. So like what Mandy has mentioned, we do have developments in Birmingham and Reading and Slough, and in the counties, generally our developments will be landed houses, which is what we're going to bring to you today. One of our developments in the Kent County called Folhurst Green. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah, so before I go into the development, right, I just want to, for all those who are new to the UK market, and I just want to give you an overview that traditionally houses are still very, very much the predominant dwelling that you see in the UK. So the houses actually accounts for 80% of the UK's housing, with apartment flats just accounting for 20%. Yeah. So if you compare this, right, to the rest of Europe, okay, you can see that about 42% of EU citizens, right, actually lives in flats as of 2016, which is more than double what you see in the UK. So generally, I would say that in the UK, people, especially in the counties area, still prefer to stay in a house. Yeah. Okay. So next, please. So next, we'll take a look at, in terms of the housing supply market. As we all know that in the UK, it has all the while been an undersupply of housing. The reason is because, the number of houses that has been built on a year-to-year basis has been way before the actual amount that the market really needs. Yeah, so this shortfall, right, has actually caused a lot of a demand for houses, and which is why a lot of investors, when they look at the global market and where to invest, UK will always be one of their top choices. Yeah, this is also the reason why the vacancy rates in the UK has also always been very low. So as of I think last year, we can see that coming back from pre-COVID, I think the recovery has been quite great in terms of vacancy rates. I think we are looking at a slight below 3% vacancy rates for across the whole of England. Yeah, so it has really been very healthy if you're looking for a property to invest in the UK. So next slide, please. So now we look at the population growth. Of course, when we talk about housing demand, we always also look at in terms of population growth for the particular country and how it can supply, as in how it can cover the supply of new housing that comes into the market. Yeah, so the rapid population growth over the years since the 1950s is also what that triggers, like the housing supply, as in the housing demand over there. So it is actually forecasted. You can't see it from here, but I think the UK population is still on a very much upward trend. I think we should be able to see it's currently about 600 over million people living in the whole of England, and we should continue to see that growing. Next, please. Yeah, so this is just a very quick, market overview. If let's say you wish to talk about, to look at, the statistics of the UK and how the UK market has been performing as a whole, I think, we could always have a separate chat afterwards, or you could check with the IQI team. So coming back to the development, okay, today we are going to show you one of our houses that is currently being under construction in the Kent County, called Folhurst Green. So if you go to the next slide, please. So this is just an overview of Kent County, and currently in Kent, we actually have got, not just Folhurst Green, we have a couple of developments, actually 5 developments in total. Yeah, but I'm not going to go into the rest today. We have, of course, you could ask us about the rest of the developments if you're interested, but let's just keep our focus on Folhurst Green right now. So in England itself, there's a total of 48 counties. So Kent is one of them. So it is actually located in the southeast of England. Okay, and all it takes is about 40 minutes to commute back to central London. I'm going to be touching on the commute later on. So we are, very near to Sussex as well as Surrey. Yeah, so if you look at the map, we are just up north of Sussex. Next slide, please. So in terms of house price growth in Kent, this is what has been happening in the Kent County over the last 12 months. So if you look at, I have highlighted where Folhurst Green is. It's actually in the Maidstone area. You can see that for the last 12 months, right, we have seen a house price growth of 5%, with the average house price of the Maidstone County area to be at about £316,000. Yeah, so based on a 5-year average growth, it has grown at about 3% per annum. Yeah, of course, some years it'll be slightly higher and some years it'll be lower. So we do see that, in the whole of the Kent counties, right, all of the districts actually outperform all of the Southeast and UK average. Yeah. Which is really good. Yeah, there's a reason why later, which I'm going to show you. I think one of the key reasons is because in the Kent area, right, there are a lot of great, education in terms of people who are living here and want to send their kids to school. We have got a good number of outstanding primary schools and as well as secondary schools, and also we're pretty well connected to some universities. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is just an overview of where Folhurst Green is. So if you can see the dotted line, it's the entire site of Folhurst Green. Yeah, so there is a very huge meadow and nature reserve that is altogether about 29 acres of land that we are leaving it as a nature reserve. Yeah, so the meadow to the south of the development that you can see over at the far end, it's going to be 11 acres of land that we are not going to touch. We're going to leave it as it is for, as part of the nature reserve. And to the west of the development, where the nature reserve word is, there's actually altogether a 5-acre land that we've decided to leave it undeveloped as a part of a nature reserve. So the Folhurst Green is an environment which is a very low density living for the people who really just want the countryside kind of lifestyle. Yeah, there will also be play areas, ponds, natural landscaping, and hedge growth areas in the whole entire development. So we are very much surrounded by excellent educational facilities, as what I've mentioned earlier. We are also 1 mile away, literally about 4 minutes drive away to Paddock Wood, which is the town center. Yeah, you can if you want to actually walk to Paddock Wood, it will take you about 15 minutes approximately. So at Paddock Wood, you've got direct train links into the London Bridge in just about 41 minutes. Yeah, so Also, we are about 6 miles to Tunbridge Wells, our town centre. As you can see from the far end, that is where the Royal Tunbridge Wells is located. Yeah, next please. So in terms of what we have in the amenities close by, so if you see where Folhurst Green logo is, that's where we are located. So up north, we are actually very close to Paddock Wood Town Centre. So over there, you will be able to find all the, daily amenities that you will require, such as supermarkets, where there's a Waitrose supermarkets there. There's going to be lots of cafes, restaurant, clinics, dentists. Yeah, there's even a vet there as well. Yeah, to cover your daily essential needs. Yeah, so at Paddock Wood, that's also where you can find the train that will connect you back to central London. So all in all, plus the traveling distance, you will be able to get into London within an hour via train. Yeah. So, okay, next slide, please. Yeah. So I've pretty much covered. So just as I've mentioned, over at Paddock Wood, you have your everyday essentials. Yeah. Like this is just to show you, in a nutshell, pretty much what you need on a day-to-day basis, you will be able to get from the town centre, which is just 4 minutes drive from Folhurst. Okay, so getting around. So we've covered Paddock Wood Station, which is 4 minutes by car, and then Waitrose Supermarket is at Paddock Wood Town Centre. If you want to travel to Gatwick Airport, it will just take you under 45 minutes. 16 minutes by car to Royal Tunbridge Wells. Yeah, you've got another area where you can do shopping, sightseeing. Yeah, there's some museums over there as well. And then to commute back to central London, which is what some of the people who are actually staying over in Kent are doing. They are living over here, but they are working back in central London. So they do commute every day via train, which takes them less than 45 minutes to do. Yeah. And of course, if you want to go to Ashley Station, where you can travel to the other parts of Europe, it's about 46 minutes by train. Next slide, please. So in terms of education, this is one of the key highlights because Kent is renowned for its education and quality of schools in this area. This is the reason why Kent actually attracts a lot of families who have children. And so that they could then move over here and they could send their kids all the way from primary school all the way to university. So in terms of schools, okay, in Kent area, it has one of the highest performing outstanding rating schools, such as Skinner School. We also have the Jude School as well as Tunbridge Wells schools. And of course, we are also quite near to the University of Sussex and University of Kent as well. Next, please. So going into the development, you can see from this is actually our first phase that we have released. We have actually, this zone is actually called Zone 1, 3, and 4 of the houses that we have released at Folhurst Green. If you look at the smaller master plan that we have over there, this is where Mallet View is located. We will be launching our Zone 4 and 5 very shortly, I think sometime next month. I will just maybe quickly touch on that. As of now, we don't have much information yet, but if you're interested, do register with IQI and we can share more information when we have that. Yeah. So over at Mallet View, we have a mix of 3-bed, 4-bed, and 5-bed houses. Yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. So just some key facts of the Mallet View phase. Okay, this is a 999 years for apartments, and the houses are essentially freehold. So we are located in the Tunbridge Wells Borough Council. Altogether, in the whole of entire Folhurst Green, that's altogether 400 houses with 263 private homes. Okay, so for the first phase that we have launched, we have altogether 88 units. Okay, currently right now we have already sold very well. I would say that we've sold extremely well. We have sold about 73 homes and we are left with about 15 units. Yeah. So our first launch started, in 2021, which was last year. Yeah. So in terms of parking, every of the houses comes with a garage or car parking space to each of the property. So you have plenty of car park spaces for everyone. Yeah. And in terms of service charge, this is just what you can get for houses and apartment. The estimated completion for our houses is somewhere in Q4 2022 this year and Q1 next year. So who's living here? Just to maybe give you an overview, I will say that we have quite a number of like families. Their age range from like or as young as like the early 20s all the way to mid 70s. Yeah, we have got like lots of young couples as well as people with like small to medium families who are living here. Yeah, and majority of them are owner occupiers. So this is just an overview, quick overview of like the apartment mix that you can get for houses. In terms of sizes, our 3-bedroom ranges from about 978 to 1,300 square feet approximately, with starting price of 452,000. And we have our 4-bedroom houses, which is from 1,300 square feet to 1,600 square feet, price from 650,000 onwards. And our 5-bedroom apartments, which is really big and like very spacious at 1,800 square feet, starting from 820,000. Okay, next I'm going to just show you an example of one of the 3-bed houses, a 4-bed house and 5-bed house that we are offering currently at the moment at Focus. So you can see this is our 3-bedroom house. We currently have 2 last plots remaining at the Goldcrest. It's plot 202 and plot 228, and the prices are listed as you can see over here, 518,000 and 559,000 respectively. So each of the units, right, has got its own fire, broadband, fast working internet. So there is no problem for you if you're working from home. If some of people might ask, we are also giving like private gardens to each of the units, as you can see from the back of the ground floor of the floor plan. Yeah. So other than the expensive landscaping and natural reserves that we have over at the development, the moment you step out into off your house, you actually have your own garden, private garden, where you could even plant some fruits and flowers and things like that. Yeah, so it's really a very nice communal lifestyle living. Yeah. Okay, so this unit comes with 2 car park space. Yeah, and the rear garden is approximately about 105 square meters. So it's very spacious. Yeah. Okay, so next slide, please. So next is our 4-bedroom house that I'm going to feature here. Okay, so it's called the Either. We have one last plot for this type. Okay, it's priced at 729,000, and this is a 4-bed detached with 1 car park space and 2 carports. Yeah, the rear garden is even bigger than the 3-bed that we see. It's actually 154 square meters. Yeah, so estimated completion for the Either is in Q1 of next year. So next I'm going to show you our biggest 5-bedroom, our 5-bed house. This is the biggest unit type that you can find here. Okay, so this we're only left with also one last plot. Plot 200, priced at 830,000. Yeah, so this is a 5-bed detached with 2 car parks and 2 garage parking. Yeah, and it comes with a rear garden of 131 square meters. Yeah, so of course, I think everyone might be curious, to see how the interiors of the houses is going to look like. So this is just some of the CGIs that we have prepared, just to show you in terms of the quality, what we're providing. Yeah, if you could go to the kitchen, which is the next slide. We are providing Zanussi oven and hob, built-in fridge and freezer, fully integrated dishwasher, full height glass splash bag, and etc. So you can see that we have got in terms of the doors that opens out to your private garden area is essentially floor to ceiling. So you've got great natural lighting that comes into your house. Yeah, and it's very important to have really good natural lighting. So at each of the house comes with that. Yeah, so I'm just going to very quickly run through the interior. So this is the kitchen and the dining area. Yeah, you've got the private gardens. You have this is a private garden area. So this is where you come out from your dining area. This is your own private garden. Yeah, every unit comes with that. And then you also have your bedroom as well as the bathroom and a study area. So next, I'm just going to quickly show you if, let's say, today someone will be interested in getting a property at Focus, what is going to be the reservation process, the purchase process like. So if you were to want to buy a unit, say you have already shortlisted a 3-bed detached, for example, we will then prepare the reservation form where we will then get you to sign, and we will have to collect a proof of identity and a proof of address document from you. Most of the time, for proof of identity, we will need your passports, and for proof of address, we will need the latest utility bill that shows where you live. Okay, so for reservation fees, we will collect 2,000 for properties up to £500,000 and £5,000 for any property that's above £500,000. Then we will also recommend a solicitor to you, which will represent you during the entire purchase. So then after that, we go into the preparation of the contract. And after you sign the contract, within 21 days, we will need you to pay 10% down payment. That's for the deposit payment, less the reservation fees that you have paid earlier on. So there is a stage payment, which will happen twice. So 6 months from exchange, you will have to pay a further payment of 5%. And 12 months after exchange, another further 5%. And the rest of the payment will happen at the point of completion of the property, which will most likely happen end of this year or early next year. So the stamp duty is also payable at the completion of the property as well. Yeah, most of the time, if you're looking at mortgages, you can start applying for mortgages 6 months before completion happens, so that you have enough time to get all your documents and applications in place. Next, please. So I'm sure, when it comes to buying a property, people will want to know what are the other costs that's involved. Yeah, so we have a couple of costs that you have to bear in mind at the point of buying the property, which is where the first section, acquisition cost, comes in. So there is stamp duty involved when you buy a UK property. Then there is solicitor's fees as well, mortgage fees as well, if you are intending to get a mortgage. Next, if let's say you are intending to buy the property to rent for investment, there are some, a cost to look into. There is service charge, ground rent. Of course, this is applicable on the development itself to see whether there is or not. Currently, right now, I think there is a new ruling that just came out to say that, moving on, there will not be any ground rents. Yeah. Then next, there's also council tax that's payable annually to the local council, as well as income tax if you're renting it out for investment, because you'll be collecting rental. And then, of course, the last one, if you are engaging a letting agent to help you rent out the property, you will have to pay letting and management fees. So when you sell the property, we can look at the last section of the disposal costs. Of course, when you sell the property and you make money, you'll be subjected to capital gains tax, as well as sometimes you might encounter inheritance tax, as well as agent fees. So this is just a brief overview of the cost that you can expect on UK property, whether you are buying it to say yourself or you're buying it as an investment. Of course, it really stamp duty differs on everyone. Whether you are first-time buyer, you're a UK resident, non-resident, as well, or whether you're buying it for what purpose. Yeah. So next, please. Okay, so this is just to let you know that over at Barclay, we work with mortgage brokers, tax consultants, solicitors, and letting agents. Of course, these are consultants that we have worked with for various years, and we could recommend them to you during your property purchase, just to make the whole process a lot more seamless for you. So you don't have to worry about having to go source for all of them yourself. Over at Barclay, we will be able to help you to do that. So with the international offices, we are also on the same time zone as you, wherever you are. If you're in Asia, we've got many centers over here, which will be able to fit your time zone, so you can actually come to us directly and instead of the UK offices. Yeah. So today I've come to the end of my presentation. I think if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Over to you, Mandy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jane, for the insightful information. And this project is actually amazing. I personally loved in terms of the designs and the area by itself too. Okay, we might have some questions. Okay, just now you did mention that you can actually help our investor or buyers to actually arrange the mortgage broker, and this mortgage broker is actually from UK itself, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so the UK mortgage broker, we can put them in touch with any of the clients who are interested in exploring a mortgage loan to buy the property. Then some of them are actually based in the Asia, so they do have, they can also be in the same time zone for our Asia clients. Yeah, they will then help you to source for the best, like available loan packages, which is suitable for each and every client, because we do know that they're all different. Yeah.
Okay. Will there be any difference, like compared to getting a mortgage for a house versus the apartment? Will there be the same procedure in terms of the margins or interest rate? Will all this be the same as well?
Yeah, it's pretty much okay. So how the mortgage rates and like purpose will be is will differ, will largely depend on whether the client is actually buying the property for themselves to use as an owner occupier, or whether they are buying it as an investor to rent out the property. So that will implicate, like in terms of the LTV and as well as the interest rates. Yeah, but not so much of between buying an apartment and or buying a house. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. And I understand that this area is actually mainly for locals or those migrants who wants to migrate to UK. So could you just share a little bit on the demographic in this area? It's like who are they? Are they usually families? And majority are they just local, or they have some Asians moving in as well?
Mm. Okay, so actually, interestingly, now that you've mentioned this, we have recent over the last year seen a lot of like BNO holders from Hong Kong moving
Mhm.
over to the counties in the UK and in England to for relocation purposes. Yeah, so we are starting to see the trend, or rather. We have already seen the trend of this happening over the last 12 months. And it's really quite exciting for the international markets. Because traditionally, I would say that yes, you're right to say the county homes are most of the buyers or most of the people who buy houses over in the counties are the local English or the migrants who have moved to England and has already pretty much settled over there, and they want to grow their family. So how property prices in London is so expensive, and you can't really find like large areas where you can have access to lots of parks, greeneries, and nature reserves. Yeah, so of course like the counties are quite much quieter place. It's excellent for you to start a family, to grow your children, yeah, and to grow your family as well. And of course like with the kids in place, they will then the next biggest concern that they will want to think of will definitely be the education aspect, like which schools to go to, which are the good schools that's nearby. So Kent is able to offer that. Yeah, so which is why like we have quite a number of developments over in the Kent County area. Yeah, and then of course at the same time, right, being away from London, they still want the easy commute back into London itself. Yeah, whether it is via car or via train. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And of course, with this kind of developments, I think it's very hard to actually find it in a London area. And even though you might have one, and I believe that Berkeley have one too, but the cost will be probably is much more different compared to the price over here, right?
That's for sure, certainly. Yeah, you will be able to find houses. We do have like townhouses as well as houses in London. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. It's definitely, in terms of PSF, it's going to be higher. You will not have such like outdoor spaces available. Yeah, we probably might not have like this big like size for your private space. Like in terms of your own garden. Yeah, and then internally as well. Yeah, some of the houses might not be so big. Yeah, so for people who really want space, yeah, they and then of course with the right price, they will then have to look at some of the other areas out of London. Yeah.
Okay, of course, for those audience that if you find that Kent is actually a very good townships to actually live in, and if you have more questions with regards to the project or the township itself, feel free to actually leave your comment box or contact us directly. We will be able to give you more informations. And if you think that Kent might not be the locations that you prefer and you are looking for somewhere else, feel free to drop us a line too. And with Barclay Group, we have quite a wide range of selections for you. I mean, not just on the houses as well as the apartment too. So feel free to drop us a line and give us whatever criteria that you think that best meet your investments or rather own stays. Feel free to talk to us as well. So I guess there's not much questions right now. I think that is actually very detailed as what Jane have actually presented. So I guess we will probably end it now. Okay, for those that who missed our sessions earlier, feel free to actually watch the replay in our YouTube channel at IQI International Sales or go back to our Facebook page. And if you need to know what other programs that we have, also feel free to actually drop by our Facebook page too. So remember, every Wednesday we have different webinars going on, and we will feature different products and projects and some of the hotspots for you. So for next month, we are going to focus on Portugal. For those that who is interested to know more about this beautiful country, Portugal, feel free to actually join us at the same time too. So meanwhile, I would like to wish Jane a great weekend ahead and take care. Okay, and thanks a lot for your great presentations, and I hope to see you soon. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mandy. Thank you very much for having me today. Yeah.
Okay, I would actually share the one of this project's videos link in the comment box. Feel free to actually click on it and take a look. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Mandy signing off now. Bye.